This is micro behavior. Video camera.
Yeah.
Not bad, not bad, not bad.
So
thanks for saying that.
In Sweden? Yeah. Exactly.
Thank you, Dave. Okay.
Sorry.
Yes, over here.
Oh, just here.
Thank you. Thank you. Number 9's over there. Three negative. Four up. Still left.
There's still a lot of mystery and knowledge, a lot of things that people don't understand about First Nation culture. One thing that comes through, and the other thing is, let's look at modern technology and meld it with old world knowledge and wisdom. I mean, you know, you've got to admit, this country was in great shape when people come here. And so now we share it with everybody. Let's try and save it. Let's try and, you know, get a bit more, what's the word? Eco-sensible about it all. More electric cars. Whatever it takes. And you know, you can make businesses out of that, right? So that's going to encourage people. Aboriginal people are getting on board in a big, big way, folks, with all of this. In business everywhere. Lots of private enterprise happening. So we celebrate this area. We celebrate events like this. We give our best to the Indian and Balinese community as well. It's a great thing. We give you our blessing and all the best. Thank you very much for inviting us here today.
I'm too short. I need to always pull it down. Thank you so much, James, for that wonderful welcome to country.
That's the entry card. That's the membership.
Hello. Hello, Western Australia. How are you? Good day, mate. And now let's start the official one. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I begin today by acknowledging the Wajjuk, Perth region people, traditional custodian of the land which we gather today, and pay my respect to their elders past and present. On behalf of Batik Air and the Lion Air Group, I would like to extend a very special welcome to our guest of honor, the Honourable Minister, the Deputy Premier of Western Australia, Mr. Roger Cook, who is also the Minister of Tourism for Western Australia. I also would like to welcome the Honourable Mr. Sam Lim, the Member of Parliament for Tangning, Ibu Listiana Oprananta, the Honourable Consul General of Indonesia, Mr. Kevin Brown, the CEO of Perth Airport, my friends from the travel trades of Western Australia, and all our distinguished guests. Once again, welcome and thank you for your presence to grace our event this evening, and also for your support to Batik Air. Ladies and gentlemen, before I start further, I would like to give you a little background on our airlines. Oh, I see they're doing some presentation. I'm not doing any presentation here. Just listen to my speech, which they will show you some graphics over there. So before I start further, I would like to give you a little background on our airlines. Batik Air is a part of our greater Lion Air group of Indonesia. Today as a group, we are operating more than 300 aircraft in the Asia Pacific region. So the aircraft, we have all kind of aircraft, the ATRs, turboprops, the Boeing, the Airbus. The largest aircraft we have is the Airbus 330 Neo. Batik Air Malaysia is based in Kuala Lumpur, and our sister airline, Batik Air Indonesia, is based in Jakarta. In Malaysia, we launched the airline under the brand of Malindo Air 10 years ago in the year 2012. Recently, we rebranded the airline to Batik Air. This was done for brand and service consistency. You will get a seamless service and connectivity when flying with either airline. At our peak prior to COVID, we had 50 aircraft operated out of our base in Malaysia. Our network operation was to 17 countries and 58 destinations, including Australia. Now, after the pandemic, we are very glad that the pandemic is almost over. I hope there is no more surprises after this. Yeah, so no more border control or lockdown or whatever you call it. I hope that is over now. We are now regrowing our airlines to 19 aircraft operation this year. From almost near to zero in Malaysia, we had only 3 aircraft during the COVID time. We returned back all the aircraft because we didn't need them. There was no need for any service during lockdown. We couldn't use it to fly to my house. Can't park it anywhere. So we returned back those aircraft. Now we are taking brand new aircraft from Boeing as well as some of the used aircraft for service this year. We already taken delivery brand new aircraft from Boeing since May this year and continue to receive a couple of them in the coming months. And I'm pleased to announce that we have just started our flights from Bali to Perth 4 times weekly to begin with, and Batik Air Indonesia will commence daily flights from October. With both airlines in operations, we will have 11 flights this week, 11 flights weekly service to Bali. From Bali, you will have best connection to every destination in Indonesia. We already witnessed connecting traffic from points in Indonesia to Perth via Bali in last 1 week. We look forward to grow this number even further. Our services to Kuala Lumpur offers opportunity to also visit popular destinations such as Langkawi, Penang, Kota Kinabalu, and a host of beautiful resorts which caters for a wide range of segments. We welcome you to Malaysia to sample our warm hospitality. From Kuala Lumpur, you will have option to fly to many destinations to the Indian subcontinent and ASEAN countries. We would like to share some of the existing destinations which will be launching soon. To name a few, we have Narita and Osaka in Japan. From Perth, you will have connecting option to connect to Narita and Japan, Narita and Osaka, as well as Da Nang and Ho Chi Minh City in Vietnam. Our flights from Perth will have short connections to those destinations as I just mentioned. We'll also offer great connections for the Indian diaspora to Bangalore, Cochin, and Chennai. For trekkers, we have a great options for you to fly with us to Kathmandu, Nepal via Kuala Lumpur. We have 2 daily connecting flights to Kathmandu. Likewise, we are not only expecting traffic out of Perth, but we also like to promote Western Australia to our inbound destinations. Ladies and gentlemen, we were one of the initial airline to resume Perth services post-COVID. So in fact, we were the first to start the services to Perth. We resumed with 3 flights a week. Now we have almost 14 services a week. Oh, no clap, huh? Do you know to put a service to a destination is not easy. We have to make sure the aircraft is ready we have to make sure the pilot are trained, we have to make sure the cabin crew are also ready. Not only that, the catering side, the flight operation, the technical, Perth Airport must give their slots to us, which is wasn't that difficult. Stephanie was very nice to us, so we managed to get everything easy. And we are glad to see that we are almost dominating 30% of international traffic in Perth today, which is a good news. This event has been organized to mark a turning point in our operation into Perth. Not only Perth will be our destinations, but we are also planning to turn Perth as our mini hub. We will consider to enhance the connectivity from Perth by adding flight to Auckland, maybe as early as next year. This will open up the New Zealand market to Western Australia. With all these initiatives, we expect to generate more than 250,000 passengers per annum to Perth Airport. By connecting Malaysia, Indonesia, and New Zealand directly with Perth. So you have more passengers, more airport accesses coming to you. And in return, you know what you want, right? Western Australia tourism potential is being tapped by us. We look forward for the continued support to enable.
Thank you very much. Kaya, good evening. How are you? Can I begin by acknowledging the traditional owners of the land of which we meet, the Whadjuk people of the proud Noongar Nation. We give thanks for sharing this country with them and acknowledge their elders, past and present. And can I thank James Webb and his family for welcoming us tonight, and of course the great Balinese dancers. It sort of seems tonight we have a foot in either culture, and that's a wonderful place to get to, isn't it just? Can I also acknowledge important people in the room? I recognise so many friends. For Tangney, great to see you here, Sam, once again, and not surprising to see you as well. Mr Yasmi Barakai, the Parliamentary Secretary to the West Australian Parliament, it's great to see him here, and Dr Jags Krishnan, member for Riverton. And of course, Dr Chandran Ramamurthy. Lovely to see you here tonight, sir. Wonderful to spend some time with you this evening. Just understanding what you and your great team from Batik Air and the Lion Air Group representatives want to do with Western Australia, and we are energised and ready to work with you on a great future. And of course, I'd like to acknowledge my great friend, the Consul General of Indonesia, Ibu Listi, who is a terrific supporter of Western Australia, and I have great time to work with you. And it's great to be here to celebrate with you all as we bring on one of these great new routes to two of WA's key markets and strengthen our relationship with Batik Air across tourism, aviation, investment, and trade relations. It's exciting to see Batik Air returning to Perth as it affirms the airline's new brand and strengthens WA's position as the Western Gateway to Australia. We welcome the airline's return of flights between Kuala Lumpur and Perth and the launch of the inaugural services to Bali. The state government is dedicated to reconnecting Western Australians to the rest of the world. And you can see through Batik Air, we have a great opportunity to extend those relationships well beyond our shores. In fact, late last year, the Premier Mark McGowan announced a $195 million Reconnect WA package, which included support for Tourism WA projects to attract global visitors back to Western Australia, including from key markets of Southeast Asia and the wider Asian region. Our goal for the aviation sector is to not only support its recovery, but to increase aviation capacity and grow inbound passengers traffic to exceed pre-pandemic levels. We are focused on a future that includes a robust aviation industry that supports Western Australia's tourism sector and visitor economy. A McGowan government values our important partnership with Batik Air, and I look forward to working with you to continue delivering mutually beneficial outcomes as we reconnect Western Australia with the rest of the world. It was great news last week when Batik Air announced they're recommencing their flights between Kuala Lumpur and Perth to service this important visitor market, operating 10 times per week on its Boeing 737-800 aircraft. We also welcome the 4 new weekly flights between Denpasar and Perth, evidence of WA's locals' long-standing love affair with Bali as a holiday destination, which we hope will soon be reciprocated as we get set to launch our new global tourism brand around the world. We are well on the way, with 39,000 visitors from Indonesia coming to Western Australia in 2019, spending $81 million in the local economy. There is a similar success story to tell between Perth and Kuala Lumpur. The year ending March 2020 saw over 332,000 passengers travel between Malaysia and WA. This strong demand from Malaysia, which is one of our key international tourism markets, emphasises the strong friendships and bonds that we share. Pre-COVID, Batik Air was the 3rd largest carrier between Malaysia and Perth, accounting for 20% of all traffic. Malaysia was Western Australia's largest inbound market for international corporate and incentive delegates, and the 3rd largest inbound leisure market, with 90,000 Malaysian leisure visitors to WA, spending $125 million in the year ending December 2019. Batik Air is also a critical carrier in connecting travellers to WA from other important international markets. The airline was the 2nd largest carrier of transit passengers between India and Perth via its Kuala Lumpur transit hub, bringing over 32,000 passengers from India to WA in the year ending March 2020. And the return of Batik's Kuala Lumpur to Perth route comes not a moment too soon as Perth prepares to host next month's ICC Men's T20 World Cup 2022, aka a cricketing bonanza and festival, a shared Australian-Indian sporting event passion. In a sign that we are moving into a new phase of our COVID-19 management, in July, TWA was the first Australian tourism operator to bring a delegation back to the Southeast Asian market since the borders opened post-COVID-19. As Tourism Minister in the McGowan government, I was proud to unveil Western Australia's new global brand, Walking on a Dream, earlier this month, which will run in Tourism WA's 11 key international markets, including Malaysia and Indonesia. Supported by the state government's $195 million Reconnect WA package, Walking on a Dream is inspired by our unique Indigenous cultures that we have in WA and invites travellers to explore the state's many awe-inspiring locations that makes it a wondrous, otherworldly and dreamlike place. It celebrates the state's unique attributes, including its ancient Aboriginal culture and globally recognised destinations like Ningaloo Reef on the Coral Coast, vineyards of Margaret River in the southwest, the iconic Perth skyline, and bungle ranges of the Kimberley's Punalulu National Park in the northwest. We can't wait to showcase these locations to even more visitors arriving to Perth from Bali, Kuala Lumpur and beyond. The reintroduction of routes and bringing on of new services will help speed up reconnection between WA and Malaysian and Indonesian markets. The launch of these 2 important routes, as well as other recent and returning direct connections, firmly establishes Perth as the Western gateway to Australia. But additionally, these routes connect the strong people-to-people connections between our 2 communities. Aviation links make great business sense, but also bring people, friends, and families closer together. I'm so looking forward to working with you and your team from Batik Air. Really, your vision for creating Batik Air as that Asian hub where people can transit and explore the world is shared by Western Australia, who want to be the Western Australian hub for people to explore the world. And we look forward to continuing to work with you, sir, to make this a success story for both our communities and our organisations. Thank you very much.
I'd like to invite to the stage again Datuk Chandran and Sam Lim to launch the Batik Air operation from Perth.
So there's a small gimmick. Just press the button and then the video will turn on.
Oh, excellent. You guys going to help me? Yeah, together?
All right, are we ready? So, and now we would like to launch the Batik Air service. Premier of Western Australia, Mr. Roger Cook.
He's got some packaging.
I would now like to call Mr. Kevin Brown, CEO of Perth Airport.
Thank you very much.
Ms. Listiana Operanata, Consul General of Indonesia.
Bu, apa kabar? Terima kasih ya. Terima kasih. Sini ya, ambil gambar.
Mr. Sam Lim.
Thank you. Thanks.
Cheers.
Mr. Yaz Mambarakai, MLA.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.